Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, guys. In today's video, I wanted to give my opinions and talk about one of the brand new features for Forza Horizon 4 that was introduced last week, because it hasn't been super great. The festival playlist. There's been plenty of chatter over the internet since this update was last introduced last week, and if you came out to my live stream last Thursday, you probably saw that I wasn't the happiest with what Forza Horizon 4 had changed. So in today's video, I wanted to jump in, explain what the festival playlist is, why it's such a terrible feature, and just why it wasn't thought out super well, and then give a solution that I think would take what is a very cool feature on the surface and turn it into something very, very cool that I think a lot of people would enjoy. So let's jump into it. What exactly is the Forza Horizon 4 festival playlist? Essentially, it is the sum of everything that you can do in Forza Horizon 4 over a week-long period. It was designed to make it easier so players could see what they could do and what's new that current week, and have people get rewards for doing those things. It sounds cool on the surface, it sounds super great because you're going to be able to jump into the cars you want, do the events you want super easily, and then get the rewards you want for doing those certain things. However, it's only when you dig in a little bit deeper, you start to realize how flawed this system really is. So before we get too far into this, for reference, previously in Forza Horizon 4, all you would need to do to unlock a car is to go and do one of the brand new seasonal events, which means just going in and winning 3 races. It's not the most complicated thing, and you've probably even heard me complain about it here on the channel, saying it's a little bit too easy and I wish it was a little bit more difficult. I've specifically said I wanted challenges. I wanted to be challenged. I want them to be skill-based. I want to have to earn these cars by doing things that either teach me how to play the game, push my skills to a new level, or things like that. None of those things is what the festival playlist is. What the festival playlist is a tedious grind doing, again, 3 races like that, but basically over and over and over again. It is a tedious grind of mindless, boring challenges that you just have to go and do if you want to unlock cars. For example, with the new festival playlist stuff, you can actually unlock 2 cars every single week. Say, for example, there's 10 events to go and do in a week. You will unlock a car at 50% and 100%. Again, it sounds pretty self-explanatory. However, it's only when you jump into the festival playlist you start to realize how silly of a system this really is. For example, if you saw the RTR Mustang video that I made on the channel last Thursday, here's what I had to do to unlock that. Keep in mind, this is only to unlock 1 car, and previously it would have taken me about 20 minutes or so I could go in and enjoy the car after those 20 minutes. Here's what I had to do. I had to go and do a showcase event, 3 PR stunts. I had to get 3 stars on them, actually more than 3 stars on them. I also had to do 2 seasonal events. That's actually 6 different races right there. Then I had to do 1 multiplayer event. That's actually 4 different races there on the hardest difficulty, and I had to jump into an online lobby for that. Then I also had to do 1 daily challenge and 4 chapters of Forza Horizon Forzathon. That is a lot of stuff. That took me 2 hours to do when it could have once taken me 20 minutes to do. And the problem is, none of it's a challenge. Well, I mean, there is a challenge. It's finding an online lobby in Forza Horizon 4 because the servers don't work super well. That's honestly the biggest challenge you'll have. However, the next biggest challenge you might have with these events is finding the time to do them. So yeah, it took me 2 hours to unlock 1 car. That was jumping from online to offline, doing races in a bunch of different type of cars and things like that. Keep in mind, that was also to get 50%. If you want 100% and you want to unlock both cars, you'll need to do everything that I just said, plus you'll also need to qualify for a ranked adventure, which means you need to go and do a further 5 races online. You'll also need to do 7 daily challenges, which means you need to come back to the game. Because of the way they have daily challenges set up, you need to come back to the game every 3 days to do that. Oh, and you also need to do a Playground Games multiplayer event online, which requires you to do 4 other sessions, and you actually need to win that one. Oh yeah, and don't forget as well, if you don't have Xbox Live, which I've heard a lot of you guys saying you don't, you actually won't be able to go and do the online races or go and do the online Playground Games events. So that's just experience that you will never be able to unlock, making it impossible for you to actually achieve 100%. It is literally hours and hours and hours of work if you want to go in and actually 100% these seasons. Not to mention as well, the grand prize that you get for doing 100% completion in 4 back-to-back seasons is just unbelievable. Imagine doing everything that I just listed out 4 times back-to-back, and basically, safe to say, if you're not on your Xbox, at least every 3 days, it's impossible to achieve. So essentially what they've done is they've locked prizes behind hours and hours of work that you're gonna have to go and do if you want a car. You also need Xbox Live to do it, so if you don't have it, you're sorta just screwed. You need to play Forza Horizon 4 every 3 days at the minimum, or again, you won't be able to achieve 100%. And because the idea of 100% is to do everything, you have to do everything. The whole idea of playing the game how you want goes out the window when you're forced to do everything. So say, for example, you don't have Xbox Live, you won't be able to get some of the cars every week. Or say, for example, work, life, school, friends, whatever in life catches up with you, and you won't be able to jump on your Xbox for 3 days. Once again, that's your whole thing gone out the window. You can't do it anymore. So I think it's pretty safe to say just how silly of a system this really is. It essentially turns Forza Horizon 4 into a massive grind fest that you're playing to just earn something that you're hopefully gonna have fun with in the future. So you might be saying, what exactly is the solution to this problem? I've obviously done a lot of pooing on this system. However, I think it's actually a very, very cool concept, and the interface itself is amazing. However, how can they save it? Well, for one, I would actually much appreciate if they actually put how much % you would earn for doing certain events. Say, for example, you want to go in and do a PR stunt. I would love to know how much % that actually is, so if you could put that on the interface, that'd be great. And then I think the true solution to this problem is just changing the percentages for unlocking things. Sure, it's cool to try to keep rare cars rare, however, I think it's unrealistic to expect people to achieve 50% and 100% completion of a game every single week. So here's what I propose instead. I propose bringing that percentage down to unlock the cars a little bit easier. I would take the 50% and bump it straight all the way down to 25%, which you would actually be able to bang that out in about 20 minutes to 30 minutes or so, which would be awesome. It would mean you would once again be able to go into Forza Horizon 4 and pick and choose what events you do to unlock the car that you want. And then for that 100% goal, I would actually pull that all the way down to 50%. It's actually still gonna be quite a bit of work to get there. For me, going in and unlocking that RTR Mustang, I had to get to 50%, and that took me 2 hours of work. So if you think 30 minutes to get the first car and 2 hours to get the second one, and you can sort of pick and choose what you want to do, I think that's quite a bit better. But then I wouldn't actually stop there. I would go in and give a reward for 75% as well, either some cash in-game, some wheel spins, or some influence. And if you wanted to go in and get 100% completion, I would follow in that same sort of line, just drop a bunch of money on players or a bunch of wheel spins on players. They would obviously have to do some work and figure out some balance with the economy, whether it be like 1 million credits, 5 million credits, 10 million credits, I don't know what they would have to choose, but I think dropping money on players as opposed to exclusive rewards would be a much better method of giving players something for achieving 100%. So basically, long story short, what you're doing by lowering the percentage down to unlock these cars, you're doing a couple of things. One, for example, you're not locking people out who don't have Xbox Live because they won't be able to physically achieve 100% completion. People who don't have Xbox Live can still get to 50%, so it means they could still unlock both cars. It also means you're not forcing people to come back to the game every 3 days, so if life happens, people can still go out and experience life. They're not tied 100% to the game. By lowering the percentage as well, it means you don't actually have to go and do everything, so you can actually experience Forza Horizon the way you want to. You can go in and do a certain type of race if you have a certain type of car you like, or you can go and do like the PR stunt stuff, or you can play online if you like punishing yourself. It's better for all of those types of people, and it still means if you have people as dedicated enough to go out and get 100%, they're still being compensated for going out and doing that. And that's really all I have to say on that, really. That is the Forza Horizon 4 Festival playlist, why I think it's not a very good feature, but could be turned around very quickly. Truly, I do love the concept. The idea behind it is amazing. And the interface as well is super, super cool to truly see everything that you can do in one season. It is awesome. My problem lies with the percentage to unlock things and just the amount of grind and tedious work you have to go and do to achieve a certain thing that shouldn't take you very long. Those are just my thoughts though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I would be definitely excited to hear what you think. And I am truly gonna cross fingers and hope that this gets fixed ASAP. Because we've got Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s car coming out on Thursday, and I don't want to have to go and do another 2 hours of work to unlock a car that I essentially already have in my garage. Until then though, we'll have to see what they do. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the festival playlist. And until then, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!